Dr. Ali Shamim. Dr. Ali Shamim is going to be the chair of this session. He is assistant professor. And he will be joining us soon. I think he has gone for the prayer. And Miss Hina is going to be the moderator of this session. Dr. Hina Iqbal Mudgal is HOD Science, subject expert CBSE. She is going to be the moderator. We have distinguished speakers like Dr. Rana Jamil. She is consultant, Blackdale Public School, Aligarh. We have another speaker, that's me. I am going to speak about empowering youth for sustainable e-waste management, the role of education, business, and innovation in advancing circular economy practices. We have the student's voice, and the student voice will be represented by Ronak Sachdev. He is a student of grade 12. So may I request the distinguished speakers, moderator, and to kindly report, please. Professor Shamim Ali. Professor Dr. Ali Shamim. Yeah, please give a big round of applause to Dr. Professor Shamim Ali. Advancing sustainability through education, technology, and e-waste. The focus would be on education, e-waste management, and innovative business solutions for sustainability. May I request Dr. Rana Jamil? May I request Ronak Sachdeva? Any side, it's up to you.
Hello, hello. So we all settled? Are we all settled, audience? Can we please clap for ourselves? All right. So let's have a warm-up session after we come back from Salah. I think we need to come back to the worldly platform. So can the people who are sitting on the left-hand side raise their left hands, please? One. Left hand, left-hand side. Right hand, right-hand side. Right hand, right-hand side people, right hand. Again, left-hand side, left hand. Quick activity. Then again, right hand. The middle one, clap for yourself. Both hands up. Please clap for yourself. Now, when we are talking about a panel discussion, all the audience sitting here are participating by listening. And this topic of discussion here is related to sustainability in education. So when we talk of education, we have educator, mentor, Dr. Sadia. Dr. Halima Sadia has been my mentor in the first leadership program which I attended. My journey with EduFam is just 3 years old. I am a science mentor in India. I'm mentoring the K-12 classes, 11th and 12th, biology, food and nutrition, and environmental science. I have been blessed to be associated with a mentor who's mentoring teachers, leaders. And the first training which I attended was with Dr. Sadia. It was a leadership program. Because when I started my journey as a teacher, the only element which was missing in me was taking work from my co-teachers. So how many of you realize that this is one of the biggest problems we women are facing, that our own team of teachers and ladies learn to cohese and respond to us in a very disciplined way. So believe me, audience, my first mentoring as a leader happened with ma'am. And I really praise the kind of training. It was a 30 days program. And every day in the morning, we would start with a morning affirmation that what our day is going to be like. This affirmation word, I was a teacher. It's been 25 years of serving as a mentor, as a business lady. But that word of affirmation and the thought which came in us and which made us a disciplined, we would follow things that 7 a.m. we have to send our affirmation. So I would like to call upon Dr. Halima Sadia, our first speaker. Over to Sadia, ma'am, please. A big round of applause, please. There is a slight this thing. I'd like to call upon Dr. Rana. Now, Dr. Rana is an expert of bridging the gap. She's going to talk about the quality of sustainable education. Over to Dr. Rana. A big round of applause, please.
Thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum. I hope I won't be a letdown, because prior to me, there have been a list of luminaries and dignitaries. So keeping up with that tempo and with that deliverance, it's not an easy thing. It's easier to come in the beginning and be at the bottom. So it's not easy, but inshallah, I shall try. The topic which I have chosen is basically integrating quality for sustainability into education. And that's a very tricky one. Ma'am, it's not. Okay, I shall continue. As we talk about the word quality, it's a very elusive term. We have been hearing it again and again. It works? Thank you. It's an elusive term. It's very abstract. And as we say, quality is something, we do hear it often, and it came to be connected with education quite late. It started in the 90s that the quality is not good. Vaguely, you must have heard it. But from 2000 onward, we started hearing like quality education, quality assessment, quality management. That was it. Like quality, again, being an abstract form, like they say, beauty lies in the eyes of the beholder. ये खूबसूरत है, वो खूबसूरत नहीं है. That's a beautiful person, that's not a beautiful person. So again, associating it with education, I don't think so I need to go into what is education, the knowledge, the skills, anything being imparted, even if you have learned something at your homes, that is education, formal, informal, all types of education. So when we integrate both, or when we get both of them together, quality and education becomes like quality education. So what is that quality education? I also, to be true, I heard it just a few years back when I was a principal, that like, what quality are you giving? What is quality? Then I started delving deep into it. What is quality education? What are we talking about? So what is it, quality education? And now when ma'am talked with me, and it like, you have to integrate it into sustainability. What does that happen? How does that happen? Okay, it's very simple. Quality education, basically, if I take whatever we have been trying to give to the child, what we are talking about, what the message should get through to it. Maybe it's even a sentence, it's a chapter. Like today, whatever quality of it, the quality of deliverance they have done it, it's been very good because the message went through to that. Okay, so basically you can talk a lot of things about here. I've given like the definition given by Mahatma Gandhi, the definition given by Rousseau. We have been talking about these people, and as per UN, it's an essential pillar. I'll shorten it. Essential pillar, UN also said quality education, and that's our fourth sustainable development goal out of the 17 goals set by UN in 2015, which were to be achieved by 2030. And what should I say? Ironically, we are still far behind due to the climate crisis, due to the catastrophes happening in the world, due to a non-peaceful world. We are still far, far behind, although India is inching towards that. Okay. It's working. So again, quality education, as we have seen, it's a multidimensional subject. It cannot be thought to be something very single. It should be very easy to go through that. Next, ma'am. Okay, fine. Then I'll leave that. Okay, out of the 17 goals which have been told to us by the UN, the fourth goal is quality education. When we are talking about quality education, we have to integrate it into sustainability through four simple things. First, foremost, they've said the girl-child education is very important. The initial 12 years of education has to be completed. Third, monitoring and evaluation of learning, which we as principals, as coordinators, we have been doing it and thinking like that's just a job, but that is very important, the monitoring and evaluation of learning. Third is your quality of teachers. That is very important, which they have said once and again and again. The quality of teachers in our developing countries is very bad. Still, we are doing B.Eds, we're doing M.Eds, but still. So third is your quality of teacher. They should be qualified. And fourth and foremost, because once the child has gone through the primary, pre-primary education, which we have given, which we have said it's a compulsory education, you come to the higher education, which is the massification of education happening. That quality again differs. You've got numbers of colleges, you've got numbers of schools, you've got numbers of engineers and doctors churning out. And at the end of the day, the quality, again, the word comes, the quality is not good. So the government has to put in money. The government has to put in the major funds into that thing. So basic four things, if we cover that, that would enhance the quality education. And end of the day, the government says quality education would lead us to sustainability. And as various speakers have mentioned, I'm not repeating those, that women empowerment cannot be left behind. That's why one of the goals mentioned up there about is women also. Like we have to educate women, at least the basic 12 years of education of women should be done, because we know that they're running the houses, they're running the homes, they're bringing the next generation up. So that cannot be undermined, the women empowerment, which will lead into the sustainable development and complete the goals. I'm so sorry I was very fast because I've got lots of things to say, but due to the less time which being given to all of us, thank you. Any questions if you want to have, please. Thank you. Sorry, this did not work. Sorry. Thank you very much.
So, Dr. Rana, thank you very much. So we have our next speaker. Dr. Naren Singh is, okay, ma'am.
Which one they are going to play? Please play the PPT.
We needed somebody to do that. It's okay, I think the next speaker is Dr. Halima Sadia.
Gentlemen, thank you very much. Sometimes, this type of technical things happen.
So he has put Ronak Sajdev. Acha, you're... Acha, we had a control right next to us. It's very far. Okay. It is with Jiten. We have given it to Jiten. We had given it to Jiten.
So, empowering youth, yes. So when I was principal at DPS Ajman, UAE, I used to have a habit of visiting the houses of the children, those who are not performing well, especially the board children. So one of those visits was made to a student who was quite weak, like he failed in 4 subjects in the pre-board examination. And when I entered in his house, I found that there was a table the parents have designated for his studies. And besides the table, there were 2 big boxes, like big cartons. And those 2 cartons were filled with all the wires, the keyboards, the old mobiles, the leftover things of like remotes and all those things. When I looked at those boxes, I realized that, all the big cities, they have the space problem. Even Maldives also has a space problem. I was in Hong Kong, and there, the rooms were so small that sometimes I used to be scared to go to the bathroom. It was really just somehow it used to fit me in the toilet. It was so small. So the same problem is in UAE also. Some of the houses are quite big, but mostly the houses are small, and we will find very less space. So that's why parents have kept those things besides the table of the child. But I realized that when the child is sitting with these disturbances, first thing, the table should also always be neat and clean where the child is studying, the atmosphere, the ambience, everything has to be neat and clean. So this is first thing. Secondly, especially the electronics. Unknowingly, I have experienced myself that at night I was talking something with my sister on the mobile, and I slept after that. And in the morning, when I took my mobile, all the information about the particular thing, all the sites, all the advertisements, all the things were about that particular thing which I was discussing with my sister on the mobile was there in my mobile. So we should not think that when we are not using the gadgets or it is lying like that, it is not harming. Still, it is harming. And as a parent, it's our responsibility to know how to discard the electronics gadgets. So right now we are going to play the video. Yes, previous is the video. So whenever I watch this video, I think some due to technical, they are not able to play the video, but this is a video. I start feeling like coughing. Do you also feel like coughing? How many of you are feeling after looking at this? The effect is not that high because it is not video there that's showing the picture. But whenever I look at this is the real picture from Ghana. And there are children of age of 12 to 16 to 18. They spend 12 to 18 hours in this condition and situations where they are burning. Can you imagine what they are doing? Can you guess what are they doing? They are burning what? They are burning electronic waste. And because of that, most of the children have lungs issues. They are suffering with lung problems. And there, the average age is like by 30 to 35, all the organs fail. Since Africa is a country where the people find it very easy, like people like Nazar Danish and all those who are working in e-waste management, so they find it quite easy to send the things over there. But we have to consider that those people are also human beings. And those people are suffering because of our irresponsible behaviors. So when we are using any electronics, we should also know how to dispose it. My advice to all the generation is, not only the young generation, because it is very easy to blame the young generation. But sorry, not only young, we also. My advice is that before buying any electronics, first, let us be responsible enough to do something very responsibly with the old one. Now, can you calculate that how many mobiles so far you have used in life? I don't know, my sir. What are you doing, you people? You are not going to win me the speakers award, I think. Yeah, yes, that's what they are trying their level best to do that. So the future is not going to wait for us. Future is just watching us. Let's reflect how many old phones or chargers do we have lying around. Today, please go and introspect and search your house. That how many phones are just lying. And who pays the price for our this type of culture, buying and throwing, buying and throwing, buying and throwing. This is the next generation, the coming generation that is going to pay the price for this irresponsible behaviors. 50 million tons of e-waste every year we are producing. And do you know who is the highest producer of e-waste in the world? Yes. One chocolate for Afia miss. US is the highest producer of the e-waste. And US will be talking more and more and more about the safety and sustainability. And this is just irony. This is just irony. You know what is in the e-waste that I am so dead against? And that's why I have taken up this as a research and I have taken up as a mission of my life. So there are certain things that is toxicity in the electronics, that is lead, mercury, and cadmium. These all are, this is leaking in the soil when we are throwing them. And our soil is affected because of that. The fertility of the soil is affected. So my dear friends, whenever you buy any new gadgets, my humble request to you is just think for a while. As I did, when I was in India, I was supposed to buy a new phone because my phone was disturbing me a lot. I didn't buy the new one until unless I find a responsible person who is going to use my phone. And he wanted to buy it for 6,000 Indian rupees. I said, no. You promise that you are going to use it until the last breath of this phone. And once it is going to take the last breath, you please return me back because I know how to dispose this responsibility. Don't throw it here and there. So that is what we have to understand, that the mobile phones, the electronics gadgets, there is a wake-up call. We must be the change maker. Don't look at the government. I have spoken so many people about e-waste. They all say, Madam, kya kar loge aap akele? What can you do alone? Do you also think of that? मैं अकेला ही चला था जानिबे मंजिल मगर लोग साथ आते गए और कारवां बनता गया. So I started alone. The people came and the people started to follow me, and now you can see this crowd. You can see the people. They are the revolutions. and they are going to bring the revolutions in the field of e-waste. So my dear friends, I'm going to end my speech on this. Be responsible, save the future. Buying gadgets, showing off is important, but more than that is responsible dispose of. How to be responsible dispose of? Please, for that, we have to attend some conferences, seminars, workshops. There are courses available that how we have to dispose of. So let's do that. With these words, thank you very much. And there was some disturbance, so sorry for that. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Halima. Now, I think we are spending our time and discussing a very important word, sustainability. Now, our next speaker is Ronak Sachdev. Now, Ronak is one of the youngest speaker who's here to share her thoughts and views on the environmental awareness program. Ronak, you have a PPT? No, you'll be speaking? Okay, she's a volunteer speaker, impromptu in our academic language, which is an excellent thing for a youth to come up with. So I think when there is a conference is actually an amalgamation of intellect, domestic, social, mentors, professionals. We have all sorts. And one thing which I really appreciate about Dr. Halima Saadia is that she endorses mental activity. And the activity was like, she gets all new ideas, no? Global exposure. A big round of applause, please, for EduFam and Dr. Saadia. And she never says no. And even for my kids, she was saying, why don't you get your husband? Why don't you get your children? Let them learn. So keep coming out of our shell and spending time on a thought is what a conference is all about. So here we have an excellent youth being a part of the youth regime. I'm sure the Maldives youths are there. They are also listening to us and they'll also learn a lot. Over to Ronak. All the best, dear. A big round of applause, please.
Good morning, everyone. I am Ronak Sachdev, and it is an honor to stand before all these brilliant minds and share my thoughts. Not just as a student, but as a person who believes that our generation has the power to change the future. Not just with hope, but with actions as well. One of the most powerful tools we have is entrepreneurship. Now, when we think about entrepreneurs, we envision a person in a suit running a high-end startup in a high-end office. Let's be honest, that's not us. We are students planning our ideas in dorm rooms and group chats at 2 a.m. after finishing our assignments. But let's be honest, what we are doing is no less powerful. We live in a world that's facing real problems: climate change, poverty, waste, inequality. And these aren't just issues in news. That's our reality. And the truth is, the traditional ways of doing business won't fix them all. That's where the student entrepreneurship steps in, not just to chase profits, but to create solutions as well. We're in a unique position. We are growing up in a world shaped with technology, social media, and global crisis. So we know how to think differently, and we are not afraid to challenge the norms. We have to build businesses that makes money, of course, but also make a difference. I know students who started projects that turn food waste into biodegradable compost for local farms. Others have created platforms to support small artisans and reduce the fast fashion culture. But the ideas may start small, but they spark something bigger: sustainability. But let's be honest, it's not easy. We face many challenges like lack of funding, limited experience, sometimes even self-doubt, and also less support from the people in general, in the society we're talking about. Because when a student entrepreneur are supported, incredible things are bound to happen. We as a generation have been witness of the most horrific period, the COVID pandemic. The nightmare has taught us during the process of growth and economy. We have to keep that in mind, that our Mother Earth And here, that our Mother Earth has the first importance of all. We have to be sustainable and keep it safe. Our Honorable ex-President Dr. Abdul Kalam once stated that we are the ignited minds and we are not tied to the old ways of thinking. I, being a proud citizen of India, envision the thought of Swami Vivekananda ji, who during his speech in one such conference in Chicago, rightly expressed his vision of Vasudhaiv Kutumbakam, which basically means the earth is a complete family, is one family. Unless we consider this Mother Earth a place for all to abode, there can be no sustainability at all. I come from the cleanest city of India, Indore, and being an Indorian, I'm experiencing the most sustainable cleanliness drive since the last 8 years in a row. This is all possible because of everyone considering our city as a home for all. And so we treasure it the most. Many students and volunteers work with corporations to achieve cleanliness, create artifacts for the city and the traffic squares. As a student, I would like to add that we should not take our profession and work as a means of earning a livelihood only, but also as to lead a sustainable development, leading the last concerned person to be helped along. At last, I would like to say a quote from William Ruckleshaw's: "Nature provides us a free lunch, but only if we control our appetites." Thank you.
So, very well spoken, Ronak. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. It was wonderful to hear from you. The technical team, can I have my PPT, please? Now, this is one sphere where my students have been a big asset. They've always done my technical work in my events. I've never done this, you know. My children always coordinate with the screen, and the technical work is done by the students. So I'm really missing my 11th and 12th and 10th students who do the coordination. Yeah. Yeah, Ronak. Now there'll be a video which will be played.
As a student, I would like to add that we should not always take our professions as just to earn a livelihood, but also to support the society and make it a better place. We lead and to lead a sustainable development. At last, I would like to say a quote from William Ruckleshaw's: "Nature always provide a free lunch, but only if we control our appetites." Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ronak. So a big round of applause, please. So the last speaker of this group is, I'm Hina Mudgal. Can I have my PPT, please? Okay, ma'am, may I speak about Ronak? It's come in the end. So the technical coordination, sir, please do. We were really struggling with the technical coordination. Okay. It's presentation too. Yep. Yes, ma'am, it's there. First slide, please. The first slide. Yeah. Yes, it is. So So audience, I'm Dr. Hina Iqbal Mudgal. I'm a mentor, I'm a trainer for CBSE school, class 12th. I'm mentoring and training teachers for research-based pedagogical training. I'm into quality assurance of Superhouse Education Foundation. Our group is having around 20 schools all over India. And I'm heading science for 3 schools, where I'm checking on the quality of academics and how science is to be taught with activity and with lots of sustainable activity and programs happening there. So my journey as a mentor has been last 13 years in this institution. And before that, I was a professor in a degree college, and I gave up my job just to get married. And I really saddened my Abba. My dad was very disheartened as daughters take certain decisions, and he was really disheartened that why you're leaving your job. I said, no, because I want to get married and settled. So that sacrifice which I did, I wanted to have a kid, I wanted to get married. For 13 years, I did business. I bought vegetables and I helped in the catering business with my husband just to keep him happy. And then when my kid was 8 years old, I again rejoined my job as a mentor and teacher, which I was really missing a lot in the journey of business. So sustainability is very close to my heart because I have been working at the ground level, not only with the students. My teaching curriculum incorporates all the activities which are based on research, and all the activities which are taught in the classroom has to be real life activity. So my work with CBSE has been as a mentor, where I've been teaching sustainability with education. Now here, the next slide, please. Okay, I can. Thank you. So here you can see teaching about nature, sustainable teaching, conversational education. Now these terms, because you see, when a mentor is addressing, we always enforce on the keywords. So whenever we are talking of environmental education, I believe in curriculum, which is more of practicing rather than rote learning and just reading in the book and just doing a technical experiment, which just the child forgets. So whenever my children are studying science, it's always in the open lab. And believe me, the moment I stepped into Maldives and I saw the ocean, I was just messaging to my students that children, there is still blue water. I saw blue water because in India, whenever I'm traveling to Mumbai and I see those brown, black water, it is so beautiful that nature is still alive. I like the clarity, and it's just been 24 hours I've landed in this country. And people are very straight, no? They don't have left and right, sugar and sweet language. They talk work, they expect work, and they're very straight. So, and they talk very little. They don't have, too much of sugar and spice. बहुत शायराना नहीं है, बहुत direct है. मेरा अपना observation है. Teacher हूँ, so this is how I observe, and I really found it a lovely platform to tell. My teaching and my journey here is beginning to understand that self-discipline and discipline and education with our religion. The most interesting part was each and every part of Maldives talks of Islamic warmth and welcoming Islamic warmth, and they keep repeating it again and again. So this is just 24 hours. I think I'll be here for another 48 hours. So I'll go back with lots of memories. So sustainability in education is not about curriculum. It is about practical teaching. It is about life skill, how we have supposed to change our way of living so that we incorporate a greener future. See, I am a science mentor. I have big words: reducing carbon footprint, deforestation. Let's do afforestation. Let's do practicability of research application. Let's talk about reducing the lead and mercury in the water. Let's talk about checking on the POP and checking on the toxins and pollutants. But when the audience is there of a mixed crowd, I have to make you understand, it is not just the environment. It is not just what is an environment. Biotic, abiotic, and microorganisms, that's what a biology teacher can talk. But I'm talking about the physical environment. I'm talking about the mental environment. Are we still connected as a family? When we are sitting, I'm just sharing. I have 2 children. My elder son is in his 3rd year BDS, and my second son has just passed class 12 and is preparing for his medical examinations. We all 4 of us are sitting. Mama is doing her work. My one child is with his mobile. The elder one is with his mobile. Daddy comes home. He's also checking his work with his mobile. So even if the 4 of us are at home, we are all busy in our own world. Are you all facing the same problem? It's not a problem. It is a real crisis. In our times when we would sit on the dining table, we would never sit without our parents and all our brothers and sisters together. I had 3 elder brothers, and nobody would eat till our dad was there on the table. And today, we don't know. Even if we are on the dining table, everybody is there with the mobile phones, and they are all in their different world. So when I'm talking of a greener world, I think we are talking of greener family organization. And what is greener family organization? When we are living together, when we are breathing together and believing in each other, when mother knows that my child is there with me and he really cares for me, when the wife knows that it is not just being married, it is making the marriage work. And how does the marriage work? When we connect with each other, when we stand with each other, when we tolerate each other, when we ignore each other's badness. It's not just environment, it's the family environment also. So I think it's the time the generation has to understand. Holding on, my parents were married for 57 years. मेरे मम्मी डैडी का शादी 57 years. मैं सोचती हूँ, I'm married for 25 years. And you know what my children tell me? Mama, this 25 years you've stayed with daddy? Kaise? How? He is such a difficult person. You come back from work and he's saying, make garam roti. And now you are saying, koi baat nahi hai, kar denge. You know, because आप कितने भी बड़े इंसान हो, एक woman, आप Maldives आ गई, घर लौट के जाएंगे, they will expect me to check. You know, I cooked 4 days meal for my family and I came. I made all the rotis for them and I came. And I'm very proud to say, I don't have those, you know, I'm a very grounded person. And I feel proud to say that I cook for my children till I'm so old that I'll not be able to cook. One day I'll have to ask for food from my, you know, the cook or the young generation. So I just want to cook for my children and I feel proud. And I tell my teachers also, never inhibit, kabhi sharmao nahi. Let's be sustainable mentally. Let's be, this is called education. An educator never feels shy in doing ghar ka kaam, no? There is nothing wrong in us cooking, but my husband also cooks for me. He is an excellent businessman. He is doing very well in his life. But if I had a fracture, he cooked with me, he cooked for me, and he still looks after the children. After 25 years, this is what we earn. So I think, ladies, let's clap for all of us. Sustainable education is about sustainable family, sustainable curriculum, and sustainable mindset. Thank you so much.
So Hena is proud of 25 years. I am proud of 35 years with same man.
And so blessed. It's actually a blessing. So over to you, sir. Yes, sir, please. Sir, please. Actually, I was not able to read out your name, sir. You are? Ali, sir? Ali Shamim, sir?
Thank you. Good afternoon, all the participants or delegates of the sustainability. I think it's the title of the event. I got mixed up now. Global Leaders Conference on Sustainability. Thank you, Dr. Halima, for giving me this opportunity to give a summary of the discussion. The second, what you call discussions held just now on sustainability in education. So we had 4 speakers discussing about how they define from their experiences what sustainability mean in education. So if I to begin the last speaker who said that who defined sustainability as the sustainability of family, sustainability of changing our mindset, right? Sustainability and also changing of the curriculum. The catchword today, of course, is sustainability. Nobody goes against the what we call the practices required for sustainability to make our life, which is not compromising the future needs of the coming generations. And therefore, today, the second sessions begin with the speaker, Dr. Rana, and then she had the title, Bridging the Gaps, Integrating Quality for Sustainability. So she emphasized on the quality education where the dimension of sustainability has to be incorporated in the school system. So quality assessment, 3 messages she gave in her presentation, saying that, you know, the sustainability must concentrate or include girls' child education and monitoring and evaluation in learning, which is something that continuously in my university, Maldives National University, they emphasize to raise the quality of education. Monitoring, very important, is an evaluation where you make changes. Then finally, she emphasized the importance of quality in teachers. Of course, change can occur if there was innovation and what we call alternative thinking presented by teachers. So the teachers themselves has to be upskilled in what we call modern way of teaching, perhaps. So if she says, and the government, she also called on the governments that they should invest on quality education. So that was the message. So that quality education lead to sustainability with the investments. So second speaker was Dr. Halima, who is an all-rounder in everything. What I observed was, and she shared her experiences being a principal in the Gateway, Brightway International School, right? And so she began with an experience where there was this child. She visited one family of house of a child, where this child, and she observed that there was a table, study table for the child. On either sides, there were distractions, some boxes filled of some electronic gadgets. So her message here was that the importance of proper way of disposing of what she called e-waste. So, and she showed a very illuminating picture where there was the fire and burning the electronic gadgets. I don't think in the Maldives we still have a sustainable solution in disposing of electronic gadgets. And then she, of course, alerted us on the byproduct, what you call the health hazards caused by the gadgets when they are burned or disposed of inappropriately. So she then gave a strong message saying that, advising us that when we buy an electronic gadget, think twice, she says. You have to be responsible, so that how can you be responsible and eliminate the e-waste in our neighborhood. So she says e-waste, sometimes out of sight, it is out of mind. People could not check what happens, the gadgets we are throwing, which is increasing the wastage. And it's a huge issue, of course, in Maldives, likewise in India, I guess. So the third speaker was student, Ranak. and she shared very you- from her research, perhaps she shared some thoughts, which is, I think, she belongs to the current generation, or probably the current generation, where, of course, the mobile phones are part of life, is more important than today your food, or what you call your ornaments you wear today. So she quotes everyone, let us be agent of change, and realize how we are waste spending our time, and the the traditional way of doing business as usual need to change, and to where you have to have solutions devised for each problem. So making money, it sometimes can be easy, but it has to be made more responsibly, where the nature is not sacrificed for the environment. And so, and she said she had a strong message saying that Earth is one family. And therefore, we should be caring each other, not only the people, but all the rest of the thing you inhabit on Earth, correct? So that was the message given by, and then she had a very strong, to end her speech, she had a very strong message, and some of the audience requested her to repeat. And let me also again repeat, and the nature provides free lunch, but
Good.
only
Yes.
our appetite has to be in control, so that there would be sustainability.
What do
Okay.
you want?
So finally, we have Dr. Hina, right? And she began
No.
with personal
Just
experiences
you
for
send
leaving
me a message,
college
and then I will
to,
contact you if I need it. Okay.
to begin
you. Thank you.
self-employment, I think, with her
No,
husband.
don't call me back. Don't call
And
me
then
back.
she emphasized on this concept
call me
of
back.
conversational learning, where
No,
lab,
if you
she believed that
cannot,
we should
if you cannot
teach
send it to me
students
by
not
WhatsApp,
always
then
indoors, but outdoors is very much required, where practical learning can be offered to students. So, and then she also emphasized the importance of discipline in education and also life. So moral values she emphasized very much, where students should be taught, of course. We have Dr. Our keynote speaker, the first speaker, Dr. Shattar, who has written a book in Maldives about the decline of discipline here. So we have an expert here who can probably shed some light on his book on the decline of discipline in Maldives, which is a concern everywhere. And she was mentioning, Dr. Hina was saying, discipline and education should go hand in hand. So then she also talked about life skill and practicals, and changing the bad behavior or the lifestyle, which is hostile to environment. So this is the main message, and everywhere when we talk about sustainability, that we need to check, as she's just called everyone, to change our mindset and educate our people not to be hooked on mobile phones. And she gave a good example of the setting in her house, how she find that her children and the husband himself being hooked into mobile. So she finally passed in a very strong message saying that sustainability should be, as I said in the beginning, I started with presentation. So sustainability should include change in the curriculum and our mindset. And finally, we should be building sustainable families to save the earth. That's that. So I hope I have summarized the key points from each presenter. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Ali Shamim Sahab, Ms. Ronak, and Dr. Rana, Jamil, Dr. Hina. Have you noticed that there were 4 doctors in this panel? Now you can imagine that how much your brain has absorbed from the doctors sitting here. So anyway, this was really an enriching session, and I'm here to give you the good news. But before that, have you selected your favorite speaker? Yes, okay, thank you very much. But I'm out of the competition, please. I always feel like good in giving rather than taking. So even if it is there, it will be given to other speaker. So my dear friends, the good news is, oh, I forgot. Yes, the good news is that this is lunch break and we are going to have yummy, yummy lunch and we'll be back by 2:20. So we have 1 hour full